Hello dear students, welcome back again to Chinmoy's YouTube channel. So till now we have already discussed about the definition of evolution, how the evolution of humans happened, and we have already discussed about the morphological features of human ancestors. So today is a new episode where we are going to discuss about the theories of evolution. So let us start with today's episode. Now, what are the learning objectives of today's lesson? We will do a quick revision of what is evolution, and we will study today about the Lamarck's theories, that is theory of use and disuse and theory of inheritance of acquired characters, and we will take few examples which are supporting Lamarck's theory of use and disuse, and we will discuss about several other biologists also who objected these theories. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel to know more regarding this lesson. Not only this lesson, what are the upcoming lessons which I'll be doing as per your syllabus, and I'll be revising all the lessons you have done till now. So please do subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like and share my videos, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever I'm posting the lessons, you will get the intimation that I have posted the lesson. So let us start without further delay today's lesson. Now first we will discuss about what is evolution again. So what is evolution? It is actually a change in the heritable characteristics. So what are heritable characteristics? We have discussed earlier that which are inherited from the parents. So these are the heritable characteristics of biological populations over successive generations. So the characteristics which we are inheriting from our previous generation or our ancestors. So this is we are taking place in successive generations. So evolution occurs when evolutionary processes such as natural selection and genetic drift act on genetic variation. So we will be discussing about the natural selection in the theories of evolution, and the variation, the genetic variation, it is happening after successive generations. So it is resulting in certain characteristics becoming more or less common within a population over successive generations. So what is happening? Whatever characteristics our ancestors were having, so few of them have been modified or the genetic variation has happened. So those all characteristics are not being carried to the next generation. Some has been altered. So these successive changes over the population over successive generations is evolution. And the process of evolution has given rise to biodiversity. So as the whole lot of population is not having the same characteristics as the previous ancestors, what is happening? There is biodiversity. So what does this term mean? That is, there is diverse type of characteristics in all the population. So at every level of biological organization, there is a diversification. There is a variety of in each population. Okay. So after certain successive generation, there are several changes which we are observing in all the humans, plants and all. This is due to the genetic variation, and this is an evolutionary process. That is, evolution is happening. There is a genetic change. There is a change in their characteristics generation after generation. So this is what is evolution. So this we have already learned in the previous video. Again, we did a quick revision. So let us start with today's theory of Lamarck. So first we should know that who was this evolutionist Lamarck. So he was a French evolutionist. So his name is pronounced as Jean Baptiste Lamarck. So this P is silent. So how you are pronouncing it? You are writing Jean, but you are pronouncing John. Jean Baptiste Lamarck. So this is the ideal pronunciation of Lamarck. Now his birth was on 1744 and he died in 1829, and he was a French evolutionist. Now what was his famous book? His famous book was Philosophie Zoologique. Okay, his famous book was Philosophie Zoologique. So Lamarck, he mainly stressed on what? He stressed on the adaptation as means of evolutionary modification. So he always stressed on adaptation as means of evolutionary modification. So his theory is known as theory of inheritance of acquired characters or Lamarckism. So what is happening in this theory? We will tell it in the next slide. Now first he told that theory of use and disuse. So according to him, he told that the organs which we are using, so every living organism tends to increase in volume of body and hence increases the size up to a certain limit. So he is telling that organism, when it is using a certain organ, what is happening? Then that organ, after being used after a certain time, that organ is increasing in size. So development of an organ is directly proportional to its use. So if we are using an organ, it is directly proportional to its use. So it is increasing or developing, and the use and disuse of an organ by an organism leads to acquiring a variation or change in that organ. So if we are continuously use one organ, according to this Lamarck, he told that it is directly proportional to its growth or development. Now when we are not using that organ, it's gradually becoming vestigial, or it is not seen in the next generation, or after 2-3 generations it has become obsolete, or it has become vestigial, that is the organ which is not at all used for the any function. Okay, so now continuous or extra use of an organ makes it more efficient, while the continued disuse of other organs leads to the degeneration or ultimate disappearance. Okay, so we can tell it like that. Previously many organs we have been using, but now as they are not being in gradual use, so now they have degenerated, or now they have ultimately disappeared. So Lamarckism is also called the theory of use and disuse, though the name of the theory was we can say that the theory of inheritance of acquired characters, that is we are inheriting these characters from our previous generation. So it is called the law of inheritance of acquired characters, but as he stressed mainly on the use and disuse of the organ, that is use makes it develop more or grow more, and the misuse or the we can say that the disuse of this organ leads to their degeneration or disappearance. So it was also known as law of use and disuse, right? So let us stress on the examples what he wanted to explain through this law of use and disuse. Now he also stressed on one thing, what he told, that during its lifespan or lifespan of a human being, the organism acquires certain new characters due to environmental influences, and these are called the acquired or the adaptive characters. So we can take an example like swimming. If we are swimming or practicing swimming, so this is an acquired character. So this is an acquired character, and this character is not being it is not being what we can say, that it is not being inherited from our previous ancestors. So it is an acquired character. So these are the acquired characters, and the characters which are being inherited, they are acquired characters of inheritance. So as these changes or variations acquired during the lifespan of an individual, they are transmitted to its offspring and they are inherited. Now inheritance of acquired characters is such, but during the lifespan, these acquired characters, swimming and all, they can't be passed on to the next generation. Okay, so they cannot be inherited. So in these points there have been certain debate on this law of use and disuse, so that the characters which are acquired by a person are not always passed on to the next generation. So inheritance of acquired characters cannot happen in that case. So these are all adaptive or acquired characters a person is acquiring or adapting. Now a favorable variation caused due to the use and disuse after a long period of time result in evolution of new species. What is happening now? If we are further using an organ over and over again, so these, and we are not, if you are not using any organ for a long period of time, it results in the evolution of new species which are having certain new characters, or might be if they are not using certain organs, those organs may have degenerated or ultimately disappeared. So this is how this law of use and disuse have been discussed. So let us move on to the next part of this theory. Now this is an example which Lamarck gave to support his law of use and disuse. So what did he tell? He told that according to Lamarck, there was a time when the giraffes were very short necked. So these giraffes, when they're very short necked, what happened? These short necked giraffes, they did not find any vegetation to feed on the ground. So as no these short-necked giraffe, they did not find any vegetation on the ground. They tried to reach the upper part of the trees to eat the leaves. Now, thus, by continuously using the organ, what happened? They are continuously putting efforts. The neck and the forelimbs of the giraffe started becoming longer and longer. And these acquired characters were inherited by the offsprings of the giraffe in successive generations. So as they kept on stretching their neck, the neck also started getting longer, as well as the forelimbs and the hind limbs also started growing. So these acquired characters were gradually inherited by their offsprings by stretching of certain organs, and these characters were inherited to successive generations. Now, after considerable long period of time, what happened? These giraffe, they evolved having a long neck and longer forelimbs and hind limbs. So the short-necked giraffe, gradually they become long-necked, and that was due to the gradual stretching of their limbs as well as the gradual stretching of their neck. So this is a main example of the extra use of certain organs, which resulted in a new species, or long-necked and long forelimbs and hind limbs were there in the next generation. So this is what happened to this short-necked giraffe. So now we will move on to the next example, where we will discuss about the organs which were not at all used and those which became the vestigial organs. Okay. Now this is an example where the organ was not at all used. So these have become the vestigial organs. So vestigial organs refers to what? Vestigial organs refers to the organ structures that have lost all or most of their original function. So these are called vestigial organs. So vermiform appendix is a vestigial organ. So vestigial organ means which have already lost the form or the function, original function. So it has already lost its original function. So this is a vestigial organs. It has already lost its original function as it was not used for a certain period of time. So what was its function? Now it is an appendage of the cecum. So it is a large intestine, that is cecum. Now this appendix is a part of cecum which was actually used by the herbivorous animals to digest cellulose. Okay, so it was used by the herbivorous animal to digest cellulose, but over the period of time it has been seen that these herbivorous animals are not digesting the cellulose with the help of this appendix that is a part of cecum. So gradually, generation after generation, it was not used. So this appendix, a part of the cecum, has become a vestigial organ now. So we all are having appendix, but it has become a vestigial organ now. So there are other organs also like this. Now wisdom teeth, and we can say that it is a teeth which was not used for generation after generation. So it has gradually become a vestigial organ, and it is the last pair of teeth in our jaw, upper and lower jaw, which if not growing also, they are not causing any problem in our chewing. So these are not used, so they have become the vestigial organ. So another part is that the goosebumps. Generally, goosebumps, what are those? They are the contraction caused by the erector pili muscles, and they are the contraction and relaxation of the muscles when we are excited or when we are having too cold atmosphere or like that. So what is happening? The hair structures, they shoot up. So that is the goosebump, to store a lot amount of air in between, to trap rather a lot amount of air in between two hairs. But gradually, the mammals, we were not having so much hair left in our body so that the goosebumps can trap the air in our body. So we rarely get goosebumps, or some people, they never get goosebumps at all. If they are excited also, if they are in too cold condition also, when there is a need of trapping the air to make our body cool also, then also they don't get goosebumps, because our ancestors like the apes, the orangutans and all, they used to have too much hair in their body. But due to gradual evolution, we have reduced the hair in our body, and so goosebumps are of no use. So these has also become vestigial organs. But after so many proofs of use and disuse, law of use and disuse, and inheritance of acquired characters, there are several objections to these Lamarck's theory. So what are they? We will now stress on that. Now there were several objections to Lamarck's theory. So let me introduce this gentleman to you all. First of all, he is the August Weismann. So who is this person? This person is August Weismann. So he was a German evolutionary biologist, and generally in 19th century, after Charles Darwin, Weismann became the director of Zoological Institute and the first professor of zoology at Freiburg. So this person, he objected to Lamarck's theory. So what did he tell? As per his observation, he has cut tails of white mice continuously after 21 generations. So if it was in a case of use and disuse, if this was inheritance of acquired characters generation after generation, so after 21 generations these mice should be tailless. But this didn't happen. So what happened? Their progeny did not show any cut tails. But he did this constantly for 21 generations. So it's not a mere 1 or 2 generations. So if the inheritance of acquired characters was there, in this cut tail case, it was a fact then, and the tailless mice should have been born. But this didn't happen. So like this only, Lamarck's theory of use and disuse and inheritance of acquired characters was being objected, and this was not taken as a proved theory of evolution. So next came Charles Darwin, who processed or who told about the theory of natural selection. So that we are going to learn in the next video. So in the next class we will discuss only about the Darwin's theory of natural selection, which was being accepted in far more many other evolutionary biologists. They accepted Darwin's theory, but Lamarck's theory was objected by many. So we will be discussing that in the next class. So please do subscribe to my channel if you want to know about my upcoming videos, what I am teaching in your next class. So stay tuned, stay updated with all my videos, and this is all about the Lamarck's theory or Lamarckism. Thank you.